Alrighty, hello, my name is Gixmergan, and this is going to be the beginning of a series where I begin a new character. Now, this character is in Hoenn right now, inside of a truck. If you look up here, it does say inside of a truck. And this is the beginning spot for Hoenn. And you might know that this character has been around for a little while because of the cool dudes here. This is the Petrowski team. And yeah, so I've kind of had this character for a little bit that's just kind of been sitting here doing nothing but inviting people to the team. As you can see, I have nothing here. So this is going to be about berries. Now, I'm just going to start going right now while I talk about this. But yeah, so this character will be receiving no financial assistance from outside of the account and its actions. And it must be self-sufficient in that sense. And by that I mean I have my main character, and I'm not going to be supplying any funds or items to this character. So it'll be as if I am a new player, except I have a bunch of knowledge and experience with the game. Other than that, I have a bunch of goals that I'd like to hit. So one of my main goals by doing this series is going to be trying to improve my ability to do some commentary. And that is going to be pretty rough in the beginning, and I apologize. So this video is probably going to be a reduction in quality compared to previous videos that I've released recently, and eventually it'll go up, right? I hope. So the other goals that I have here, you know, I have to collect seeds and berries and use them to plant, berries, plants. The other goal that I foresee for this series will be to kind of show a process of not having a boatload of Pokeend, but still being able to collect seeds and berries and use them to grow more berries. And through that process, hopefully learn a lot about berry farming, as that seems to be something that's not well documented or well known about within the community. There are a bunch of people that berry farm, and they talk about how much money you can make, and so I think that'll be another goal, is to hit 1 million Pokeend. But I want to go farther than 1 million Pokeend, because 1 million's not that much. Once you have it, it goes away real fast. And I think that's why gym reruns are a prominent thing, is just because you can spend an hour, you get a lot of money, and then you don't have to touch it again until the next day. Well, you know, that's cool and all, but if you don't like gym reruns, you're kind of low on resources all the time, and it takes a lot of time to get money. So if berries actually do turn out to be a really good source of money, then hey, maybe this will be an alternative or a supplementary thing to gym reruns, and that'd be really cool. But yeah, so some of the things I'd like to learn in this series would be berry timings, what seeds have what percentage yields from various berries. So far I've been doing that a lot with some of the easier to farm berries, and I've been finding that their numbers aren't always so straightforward. And so I hope to demystify that for myself and everybody else in terms of what seeds come out of what berries in what proportions. And other than that, I think some of the early goals here will be to get the 4th badge inside of Hoenn. That will allow us to access the GTL, which I don't really want to buy seeds and berries, and I won't be able to because they're expensive. So I think I might allow myself to purchase a little bit if that comes up, but the majority of what I'm going to be doing is just trying to find Pokemon that have held items that will help me do the thing that I want to do here. And maybe we'll find that that's not a viable option. Maybe, see, I have a bunch of notes here on a paper, actually, while I'm thinking about it. And this is all the Pokemon and their held items before the first gym, and I might make a document and put it up on the screen. But essentially, there's not that much that you can actually grab here, and I think we're capable of getting all of the seeds before the first badge and make it somewhat okay. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. So anyway, the other goals that I want to be doing here is filling out the Pokédex. So I will capture at least one of every Pokemon that I encounter. if I have the resources to do it, because that is expensive and hard to do as a new player, so we will see how that goes. I did it in my first Hoenn run because I was waiting for a bunch of my people to kind of get going with the game and stuff. So like they weren't playing as much as I was, and we were trying to kind of go through the story at the similar pace in terms of progression per day. So we would have a good amount of progress in a day, you know, 1 gym badge or so, and then we would kind of experience a lull where, at least in my case, I'd experience a lull, and that was okay. It was fine, but it definitely allowed me a lot of time to sit and grab Pokemon and grab resources that give Pokeyen. Excuse me. Grab resources that give Pokeyen. And so, let's have a look here. I'm kind of definitely struggling to speak a lot while maintaining my progress on the game here. That's something I'll definitely be working toward as I progress in the series. And yeah, so the other thing that I want to do with this series is I want to make a bunch of offshooting videos that summarize what's going on if somebody doesn't want to sit through my growth as a commentator. Yeah, so for instance, I'd like to make a video about how to unlock the move tutors inside of the Pokemon Center, because that's something I don't actually know the need for. Like, I don't know what the requirements are. So once I figure out what those requirements are through this new character here, I'll make a video about it from the recordings that are being done here. And that will certainly be very useful for future attempts at this. And I kind of looked it up real quick. I didn't see it. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a video that'll be useful, I think, for the community. I'd like to make a video that also goes over the locations of berry plots and the routes which, you know, you might follow to utilize all of those berry plots. Utilize sounded a little weird in that last sentence, but that's okay. And then I'd also like to make a video on the timings for the water droplets of every berry plant. And that'll kind of shed some light on what it means to be thirsty or not very thirsty. Presently, I believe it is 9 hours to 12 hours, which is the amount of time it takes for a berry plant to dry out. But we'll see. Yeah, so I'm just kind of... I'm going to try and focus a little more on progressing in the story at this time. And I know Hoenn really well, so I was hoping that I'd be able to just kind of play it. But yeah, it's not exactly that easy, because I'm also looking over here at this Word document, trying to go over my goals and my other points that I wanted to hit. And yeah, so I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna get in here. We're gonna do this. Let's see. So we have to go over here now. And oh man, there's a Pokemon making scary noises. So it's definitely so far been proving difficult, as I've been saying over and over again here. The playing of the actual story here is my head. I'm gonna choose Torchic. So the reason I'm choosing Torchic is because I love Lotad, and Lotad is grass and water type, and so it kind of, I don't really want that overlap. I played through Hoenn the first time with a Sceptile, and I think this would be pretty nice. Also, a lot of people like Torchic because, you know, Blaziken's super cool. Oh wow, we start with Ember immediately. I'm gonna just go right for it. There we go. Something I wanted to mention is that whoops, smacking my watch on the desk now. Something I wanted to mention is that I will not be doing separate profiles for this, primarily because I'm really bad about switching the profiles for the encounter counter. And I realize now that my cursor doesn't really show up when I'm mousing over the encounter counter. That's interesting. But anyway, the encounter counter is going to start at 8,634. And we're going to just kind of have to keep track of that a little bit, I think, because what will happen, and what has happened when I was testing this, is when I make another profile and I go back to my original account, I forget to switch it, and then the number's not accurate anyway. So we're just gonna kind of roll with the punches on that one. This profile will get reset if I have any sort of shiny appear on either of my accounts, and that will just kind of be how it is, I guess. It would be ideal if I could remember that, but I'm gonna always kind of forget. And anyway, the 8,634. All right, so that's where we're starting. 8,634. Well, now our next task here is to go ahead and walk up to May, because we gotta do it. We gotta go say hi to May. The professor requested it. So shall it be. Yep, definitely having some difficulty thinking about what to talk about, and so this is an area that I want to improve on. Petrovsky gave me a tip that said, talk about your thought processes. And, well, I am mostly thinking about that. So it's gonna be, I'm being repetitive, and that's not great. And I think I'm definitely doing a decent job of trying not to, fall into that monotone that I often do in my voiceovers. And so here we go. Got this level 3 Zigzagoon here. It's taken less than half its health for a single ember. We're gonna be losing some HP here, but hopefully it won't be too bad. I know that the Pokemon we'll be up against is Mudkip. It might have a water move as well, so that could be concerning. I'll probably level up a little bit here, I guess, to be sure that I'm not embarrassing myself as I record here. Certainly, it would be ideal if I could just do one attempt to take out May. So, luckily, I have Ember, and the growl doesn't stop me from doing damage, so can be thankful for that. The other problem I'm running into is actually that I have a bit of congestion in my nose because I have allergies, and I shouldn't be talking about that. Never mind. All right. Oh no, I forget. I didn't. Okay, I wasn't intending to talk to her yet. I just was kind of on autopilot as I'm trying to say words and figure out what to say. So here we go. We're just doing it live. We're going in there. Oh man. Anyway, we're one level ahead. It has Tackle and Water Gun, I think, so we probably want to close my door because the dogs are barking. And that's not very nice of them to be interrupting me like that. Anyway, hopefully that isn't too loud now that my door is closed. Let's go ahead and use a Scratch, probably, or a Quick Attack. Could use a Quick Attack and see what happens. Torchic does have Blaze, so if I do get into low health range of activating Blaze, I will switch over to Ember, I think. But okay, so this is using Tackle so far. Quick Attack has the same power as Tackle, or Scratch, rather, Scratch. Yeah, they're both 40, but I will guarantee that I go first in this case. And this is also 40 power, but, I mean, it doesn't really matter yet. Like, 14 and 13. So I could try Ember, but it's not very effective, so it'll do half damage. I think if I used an Ember, I would lose. So we're going to Quick Attack again and hope for the best. There we go, looking pretty good. Alright, look at that. Even though I was worried about this, we were fine because Mudkip did not use Water Gun. Torchic's now level 7. That's pretty good. There we go. So, alright. Definitely an easy first battle. Let's hope that that continues. Now we have to go on back to the professor and talk about what just happened. I want to heal up first, just in case. Alright, and it's something I should do is set this as my follower. There we go. Look at that. It's always nice to walk with a Pokemon. How you doing, Torchic? Yeah. I should probably come up with a good name for Torchic, and since this series is going to be about berry farming, it should probably be related to berries. I think I should name it something that is spicy, right? Because it's a fire type. So let's think about spicy berry. Cherry berries are exclusively spicy. So maybe it'll be named Cherry. Kind of is reddish, so it could be good. Let's see. Let's go ahead and name it Cherry. Cherry. There we go. Now our mom's gonna be giving us the running shoes, which would be super nice. Yes. There we go. There's the running shoes. Very, very good. We'll be moving like nobody's business here super fast. Now, I forget, did we just get Pokeballs? We did, so we have 5 Pokeballs. It'll be very important to get a Zigzagoon really early here because they learn Covet at a fairly early level, and Covet will allow us to grab items from Pokemon that are in the wild. So, for instance, Poochyena here can have a Pecha Berry. Pecha Berries are able to cure poison, I believe, and they also can be harvested for seeds. So, let's not level up our Torchic too much. We want to grab a Zigzagoon really fast. It would be ideal if the Zigzagoon had pickup, but I do remember I had a bit of a difficult time getting a pickup Zigzagoon when I was first starting the game. And so I think if we get lucky, we'll have the ability to capture all the Pokemon real quick. And if we don't get lucky, well, we aren't even finding a Zigzagoon. This is not really a good omen so far. But let's do our best. I will be trying to grab several utility Pokemon along the way. Certainly a Pokemon that can use Payday would be very nice. That would be one of my first purchases from the GTL is a Payday TM. The other things I'd like to grab are naturally a Thieving or Covet Pokemon, so I've already talked about grabbing a Zigzagoon because they learned Covet at level 9, I believe. And I'd also like a Frisk Pokemon, so I'm definitely going to be seeking out a Shuppet and a Bayonet, which are the same, of course, in this case, because it's the same evolutionary line. Oh my gosh, I almost ran from the Zigzagoon while talking. I don't know if I can scratch this and have it live. It's only level 2. I'll try it, but I think it might be a one-hit. Okay, alright, that's very good. So now we can throw a Pokeball and hope for the best. So, I got 1 shake, 2 shakes, and 3 shakes. It's pretty good. Yeah, alright, we caught it. There we go. We got the Zigzagoon. We're doing it. Let's see it. And it has Gluttony. Oh boy. Not the greatest stats, but that's okay, you know? We'll catch more. And I think I want to heal up now, just in case I want to switch to the Zigzagoon, because Torchic is going to be level 8 soon. Maybe I should move up. Yeah, okay, we'll move. Oh, real quick tip, something I just remembered. Talk to this person right here in the beginning of the game, and you will be receiving a potion, because they're going to be doing like a little tutorial thing as to what a Pokemart is. And yeah, so you just gotta look for the blue roof, as you can see here, which it's covered by the speech bubble, but that's okay. And boom, there we go, a promotional potion. So we can now understand what a mart is. That's pretty cool. We can go in here, we can buy items. Very nice. Not much here. Pokeballs are 200 Pokeyen each. We only have 300. And what do we got over here? We have an emerald knit hat. Let's have a look at that. Look at that. Alright. That's where you get those. These are interesting. Somebody once told me, no, not told me in particular, but once said that a backpack is a really good early back slot item. And, you know, definitely having something there is interesting. I want a Lotad too, so maybe I'll go over here and look for a Lotad as well as Zigzagoon. Yeah. So that's my early goals, is to capture a Lotad and a Zigzagoon. Why a Lotad? Because I like Lotad. Ludicolo is fantastic. I think it would be a great addition to the team, especially with the type coverages that it will provide. And the grass and water typing will be very important for the first gym, since it'll be a rock type gym. Yeah, so my normal type Zigzagoon and my fire type here are not gonna do the best. I could level up Torchic until it evolves into a Combuskin, and we found a Lotad. Alright. But yeah, I could level up Torchic until it's a Combuskin, and then it will learn Double Kick. That's not entirely ideal, but it is better than not having it for the rock type gym, since they have pretty good defenses. And yeah, the Lotad here, I'm hoping for no crit. Okay, good. Our Lotad's alive and healthy, and we're going to be throwing a Pokeball. I probably shouldn't be catching a Lotad just yet, but I am worried that it'll take a while to find one. So, okay, now we have one. That's good. Let's hope it has decent stats. Yes, let us see him. I haven't thought about the name for Lotad yet, but we have a bold Lotad, plus defense minus attack. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. It has okay stats. Look at that. All right. A little low on the special attack. It has really good defense and really good HP, so that feels good. Has Rain Dish. I like that. Can do like a rain thing for HP regen. Has Absorb already. That's wonderful. Look at this Lotad. We're gonna name it something to do with a berry. Probably like a dry berry. I'll come back to that. Maybe like Chesto or... Chesto might be good. I think that might be a dry berry, though. Wait, didn't I say that? I think I wanted a dry berry. We can actually check on the detail here. Even though we can't buy things yet, we can still kind of look things up. So Chesto is a dry berry. So maybe we'll just name... But dry berries don't really make sense, I guess, because it's a water type. So maybe a sour. We'll come back to that. I'm going to heal up so that I can use this Lotad to capture a Pokemon if I need to. Maybe I should even train with this Lotad already. That would help out my progression here while I'm looking for a Zigzagoon. I want to go back down here, I think, for the Lotad. So, while we're doing this, gotta think about what's next. Okay, so there's a Zigzagoon, so I'm gonna capture this thing. The reason I want all these utility Pokemon, which I haven't even finished talking about because I got distracted, is I want to be able to create resources when I don't have the access to gym reruns, right? So, oh dear, that's not very much damage. Okay, they're both level 3 though, so it's not gonna be too bad, and the growls won't affect me, so it should be okay. Yeah, so utility mons let you do a bunch of stuff in the early game, right? So, with the Zigzagoon, I'm going to be acquiring items, and then those items can be sold to the mart to make money, and then that money naturally can be fed back into Pokeballs and stuff for eventually catching more Pokemon. And if we get some good Pokemon, we can sell them on the GTL. So it's a good loop to be in. So even if I don't get a pickup Zigzagoon, I'll definitely have the ability to covet and get more Pokeballs. So even having multiple Zigzagoons is fine. The hope, though, is to get a pickup one. Please be pickup. That would help me so much. It doesn't even matter what the stats are. So we have a calm Zigzagoon, minus attack. That's unfortunate. Wow, that's some stats, and that's the other one's female. Pickup. Hey, all right. So we're gonna have a minus 10% to the attack, unfortunately, but we do have a female Zigzagoon, and we will be capturing some field Pokemon, which I can breed with it. And those stats hopefully will carry over pretty well. Yeah, that'll be really good. And we're having quite the fun time here in the there we go, it loaded. I'm not sure, I must have some internet hiccups right now. That's okay. We're back in business now. So, I am having lag. That's not great. Alright, so I want to put this Zigzagoon away so I don't accidentally train that one up instead of the pickup Zigzagoon. So let's get in here, and boom, our first Pokemon in the box. That is fantastic. So, I'm probably going to just take a moment to train these Pokemon up, and I'm gonna be thinking about what I want to name them. So I'm gonna just chill for a bit, probably cut out what's to come, and I'll be back shortly when these are leveled up a bit. Not even a scratch in this Lotad. Paid no mind to the fact that it was absorbing the whole time. My Lotad is the best. Look at this Zigzagoon flaunting its berry in front of us, but we want the berries. I picked up an ORAN berry right now? What? Okay, that is very interesting. I have never had pickup activate in battle like that. I guess that's really cool. Okay. Neat. Okay. I'm gonna switch so I don't use that berry. Because I want that berry. And I don't want to consume it right now because Zigzagoon is about to be in the range for consuming it. I'm not sure exactly what happened there and why I got that. It might be because the opposing Pokemon used its berry in front of my pickup Pokemon? That's really cool. Maybe I have to be really careful about how Zigzagoon is positioned against other Pokemon. And maybe I also have to be really careful about it holding an item. But that's huge. I didn't realize that could activate in a battle. Hey, look at that. We got a Pokeball. Pretty fantastic. That is +1 Pokemon for us, potentially. Very nice. And that's how I normally expect pickup to work, is I defeat a Pokemon, pickup activates, and I get the item. Now, that was pretty weird, what just happened previously, so I am not entirely sure what was going on. I might have to do some research on that. Definitely going to be trying to replicate that. I'm going to throw a Pokeball at this Wingull, and I'm going to hope for the best. And hopefully my brain catches up here. There we go. I have been very lucky with Pokeballs this run so far. Like, none of them have failed. That's fantastic. I like it. 51 IVs. Oof. Hydration, though, so if I do evolve this, it will have Drizzle. And that could go hand in hand with Rain Dish pretty nicely. So, why am I training these Pokemon already before even progressing with the story? And the answer is pretty straightforward here. I want to have a team that is capable of handling the battles I'm up against. PokeMMO is a game that's a little harder than normal games, right? So this is the approach I want to put out there for any new player. And I find that a lot of new players are having problems in like global chat and stuff, simply because they are coming from the base games and they just don't really connect that, like, this game is hard. So I'm definitely pretty happy with where I'm at right now. I have a level 5 Zigzagoon now, I have a level 5 Lotad, and I have a level 8 Torchic. So this, I think, is a good step for just kind of... Oh dear, my Zigzagoon's gonna faint. Okay, cool. So I think this is a good spot for me to allow myself to progress now, since I have this base of Pokemon that are decent and will allow me to take on the battles that are coming here. And also comment down below if you have ideas for Lotad or Zigzagoon nicknames. Presently, I'm kind of drawing a blank. It doesn't necessarily have to be berry themed, but if it is, bonus points. I'll choose one eventually, and we'll see about naming them. I usually make names that happen kind of on the fly as a result of just having a moment of, you know, that'd be a perfect name, but trying to name them early kind of sounds like a good idea. And I think I want to swap that out too, so I can just get some XP on all of them. But anyway, we're going to be ending this one right here, and we'll be progressing forward in the next one. And maybe my progression is going to be a little too slow here. My bird's helping me. I don't know if you can hear that or not in the background, but jingling that bell. Yeah, so hopefully my commentary wasn't too lackluster in this beginning part here. I definitely tried to be fluent and emotional because I did not want to be stuttering and monotone. That was my main goal for improving the commentary, but this is where we will be heading next time. And I'm going to keep these in the party here. Just kind of checking these stats real quick. I didn't check here. This is quick feed, so not... Okay, anyway. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.